All right, so we are at weekend 2 of the incredible custom aquarium, 240-gallon open-air paludarium. I am only able to do most of this work on the weekends because I work a regular job. So on this Saturday, I just wanted to kind of start out with showing you what I got done over the weekdays when I got off work, and then also what we're planning on doing for today's big part. So for starters, over the weekend, we took silicone, the aquarium safe silicone, and we sprayed it all over this wall. Main reason why we did this is it gives the spray foam something to hook to, because spray foam on flat glass isn't a super secure bond and it could potentially fall over time. So this is kind of just a redundancy here. And then we had to go ahead and put our wood pieces up just so they were taped in place. So when we do the spray foam and it expands, it's not gonna push this out or make it all weird. So I am extraordinarily happy with how these wood pieces came out. It kind of just happened naturally. If you see it, this kind of goes down in a nice little flow. And then this side just has that nice little up arcing right here. And it's kind of hard to imagine where plants will go, but if you see like little areas like this is kind of gonna be prime planting areas. Just having a plant here, whether it's draping down, growing straight up, coming off these branches. I'm just way too stoked to see the plants on here. But for today's project, we're gonna get messy, and this project's going to get real really fast. We're going to be taking spray foam. We have all our spray foam here. This is just the Great Stuff Pond spray foam. You can find it at any hardware store, and it's really good with helping with water. So what we're gonna do is take all these cases and just start spraying like crazy. It's gonna be messy, so as you can see, we're putting up some of this painter film. Even the dogs are excited. We're gonna be putting up some painter's film here and literally just spraying like crazy. Let that sit for about a week to cure, and then we're gonna come in with X-Acto knives, utility blades, and we're gonna carve it to make it look as natural as possible. All right, so I thought I'd give you another quick update before we jump into the spray foam. We fully water tested all our plumbing and the tank. Fortunately, the tank is leak proof and we didn't see any problems there. Custom Aquariums ensures that all of their tanks are the best on the market, so you don't really have to worry about that. And then with our hard plumbing, if you come under here, the only place we had a little tiny drip leak was actually right here in front of this connection, and the little drip leak was actually dripping back into the sump. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna put some more sealant around this connection, and our entire system will be leak proof and tested, and it'll be ready for some water and all the other additional equipment. All right, now things are getting real. We're busting out the ladder so we can climb in the tank and start laying down a lot of protective sheets, so when we spray foam, we don't get it covering the wall or the carpet. My wife would absolutely get mad at me if I did that, so we have to make sure we get it all protected. Spray foam is very messy and can be a daunting process if you're trying to clean it off the wall and the carpet. So as you can see here, Kyle's taken his little tape and, I don't know, protective sheet layer, and we're just taping it around the borders of the entire tank, so when we spray, we don't have to worry about it going anywhere.
Or putting that thing on.
Okay.
I think.
I think.
No, I'm pretty sure we gotta shake these things pretty good.
Do we want to put anything on the bottom of the fish tank so it doesn't fall in the glass, or will that just come off?
Dude, that'll just, yeah.
Pick right off? Okay, cool.
Yeah. Easy peasy.
So I've never used this stuff before, I'll be quite honest with you, but I'm excited to learn. This whole entire project has been a learning experience, and I always recommend to you guys, just try it out, and also contact your friends or family if they know what they're doing, like my man Kyle right here.
Hi, I'm Kyle.
Go get some help and just get some assistance. It'll make the learning process that much better, and it'll make you feel more comfortable about your build.
Spray foam.
All right, so I just wanted to show you a little bit of the process of what we're doing right now so you can understand better. With a plant wall, majority of these plants that are gonna be growing on the wall are gonna be more vine plants that can kind of just be placed wherever. But there are gonna be some key plants up here that need some form of structure and stability to them. So what we're doing is we're taking these slotted net pots and we're cutting them in half like so. And as you can see, we're just gonna find places on the wall in between the wood where these can sit in, and then we're gonna put the leca in there which will give it water retention, structure stability, and this will just be easily hidden by all the spray foam in the wood. And then once those plants mature, you will probably not even see the wood or these at all. So right now we're just gonna keep cutting these little baskets up, finding spots for them to go, and then we're gonna start spray foaming. I have never worked with spray foam. I think that's wrong. I've worked with it once for a little tiny dab of spray foam, but we're just gonna let Kyle start spray foaming. This is all an experiment at the end of the day because we really don't know how well the spray foam is gonna sit on the wall. So our idea is to start kind of at the bottom, let that cure, so then we can start going upwards instead of starting at the top and it potentially, you know, sagging down or just falling before it can get a good hold on the wall. But this is an experiment. It's first time for everything. Let's get spraying. This was one part that we were a little worried about because typically this is a technique done in most terrariums. But when you do this in a terrarium, you're able to lay the glass down on a flat surface. So when we tackled this project, we knew we just had to go slow with it and cross our fingers that the spray foam was able to hold up and not completely slide down. That is one of the main reasons we siliconed the glass before we started spray foaming. And just doing this entire process was a blast. It was extremely satisfying. It was just like painting with some really messy paint. So as you can see here, Kyle was doing the first little test bit on the left-hand side, and it honestly went on like a breeze. So it's kind of working. Kyle found out that the original way he went in at it was kind of at too much of an angle, and he immediately realized if you just kind of go at it straight on, the spray foam actually forces itself against the wall and spreads out that way. So it gets the seat that it needs. Oh, I got my hand covered. But it's working, it's happening, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna keep going along this side, hoping that by the time that this is done, that's gonna have enough of a dry cure to it that we can put a secondary layer on top of it to make it fill in. But this is exciting, it's working, it's happening. Let's keep doing it. Right away, we realized if we start at the bottom and let that harden and work our way up, it gave the spray foam something to really hold on to and not have any potential of sliding down. As you can tell here, I loved watching it all go down. At first, it felt like a messy disaster, but I could see the final image. Immediately, I gave it a shot, and you could already tell Kyle was way better at it. He's done this many times before, and I was so thankful for him to help me out doing this.
Hi, I'm Kyle.
Spray foam, as you can tell, doesn't look very natural, but spray foam is very easy to carve into shape. It was a messy time, and one of the biggest challenges was actually fitting the spray foam nozzles to the top of those bottles. Once we really got into the hang of it, it went super easy. We used about 12 full cans of this spray foam, and it was all coming together. All right, I guess we'll give a little update here. So it's actually working as planned. We started from the bottom and then kind of just filled up our way up top. Right now we're just letting it cure until we go in and provide that second layer of just adding texture, adding more support to the wood. I was just talking with Kyle about the tape, and realistically the tape that's up here will be easily pulled off, taken off, and then any of the ones that are right here that are kind of hard to reach, probably just use an X-Acto knife, pull those pieces off, cover it with coco coir and sphagnum moss, and like Kyle said, it'll eventually just all become one living wall, especially with all the plants growing, and all the foliage will just be covering, you know, any eyesore or anything like that. So right now we're gonna let this cure up a little bit. As you can see, it's already kind of becoming solid from this little thing here. You can see this is getting more cured and hard. Zeke's even excited. Goodness gracious, Zeke. And so Zeke's excited, I'm excited, we're excited. Let's let it cure and we'll come back for another round of spray foam. Once we had our base layer in, we used the rest of the spray foam to fill in any loose gaps where you could see the glass through the spray foam. And we also used the spray foam to make sure all the wood was really secured to the entire wall so there was no problems in the future. And then we topped it off by adding some height and elevation to some spots to make it not appear so flat. All right, well, we got another weekend project finished with the spray foam. Kyle has been an absolute godsend for this project. I cannot thank him enough for this. This is the man right here.
Hi, I'm Kyle.
He's been able to figure out how to get this spray foam to work perfectly. And for whatever reason, we got lucky today and it just worked perfectly. A lot of times when people are building these spray foam paludariums or terrariums, they do them with the tank laying down on the ground so you can actually lay it down and use gravity to assist you. So that's why we were a little worried going after this project today, but we did it slow and controlled, and it ended up working perfectly. We're just gonna keep letting this dry, and probably on the next weekend, we're gonna do a lot of carving on the wall to make it look more natural. We're gonna get some coco coir, silicone that to some pieces just to make it look natural. And then after that's all said and done, we're gonna actually start putting our main wood pieces in and doing the hardscape. We are on to stage 2 of the open air 8-foot, 240 gallon custom aquarium build. We got all the logistical stuff out of the way. We got all of our plumbing handled. We made sure all of our equipment fits and works. We got our wood pieces and spray foam sprayed. Now it's time to jump in and get creative. Let's get to carving. So now that the spray foam was all hardened, it was time to remove our tape that was holding the wood pieces into place and then bust out the knives to get the spray foam shaved down. It was an extremely fun process. I don't know if I liked putting the spray foam on or carving it to shape. It was both just an incredibly enjoyable process. But the main goal of using these X-Acto blades was to make it not look so unnatural and also open up some pockets for plants, vines, and also some water channels to be able to better funnel into the tank itself. So as you can see here, we're just making it more flat and not so rounded. So later when we add our coco coir and silicone, it looks more like a rock embankment that you would see on the side of a riverbed. Throughout this part of the project, one thing Kyle and I kept saying back and forth was just trust yourself and believe in the final image of this project. It'll all come together. This definitely took some time to carve into shape, but it was very entertaining and very messy. But in the end, it really came to. We're filming.
Let's do your thing.
All right, so we got all the channels carved. We got all the pots picked open. We got everything kind of made more natural. And right now we're just kind of visualizing. I'm pretty sure the water line's gonna be about like right there. So roots and stuff will just end up covering there. If you want, stand up on here and show inside the pots. So if you guys can see, our bigger plants are gonna be going in these potted areas, and we only have what, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's already a lot of bigger potted plants that are gonna be able to sit in there. And what we're doing, just so you guys can see it, is in these pots we're gonna put leca, which is basically an inert media that are just expanded clay balls that'll give the plant some structure and let those roots go. And what we're gonna do next is we're gonna go get a little drill, and we're gonna drill underneath these bigger potted plants to allow the drainage to happen. And where that water's draining, we're gonna be able to put even more plants or just some moss. But yeah, if you look at the little holes on the right and left of the tank, we're gonna have water coming out of there, and it's basically gonna be set up as almost like a drip irrigation system where it's not going to be flowing water where it's just going to be, you know, this hole is going to be a water wall. It's just going to be a nice little subtle drip throughout the day, just to keep those roots nice and moist. And then, like I said, the water running off of it is going to be able to feed some of the other plants that we're just going to tack up to that wall. But as you can tell, it looks really good. It still looks kind of like a mess, but you know, it's part of the process. Like I always said, we got to trust the process, and I guess let's get some drilling done, maybe eat some lunch, and we'll keep on going.
We'll have to go in. It's like this one right here. You should probably put a hole right there.
Here, and get in there.
Do it?
Yeah, get in there, big dog. Easy peasy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and this side's exposed too, so it's
Even
gonna go
this
into your
one
little
right here.
pocket. All right, we're just gonna lay some towels down. We got everything carved up. I believe that's as best as we're gonna get. It looks incredible. It doesn't look like weird, you know, wormy spray foam. So basically, lay the towels down. We're gonna get silicone, gloop it up all over the wall, and we're gonna take some coco coir and we're going to press it all along the wall so it looks like exactly what Kyle said. We're gonna make it look like a natural embankment just sitting on top of a river. And you know, the whole goal of this tank is to make it look like it's a huge chunk taken out of the Amazon River, because we're gonna have all those Severums and the Geos and the Bashirs in there. So that, with this natural embankment up top, is gonna look amazing. So let's get these down. So if you can see this is just what you call coco coir. It's where they take coconut husks and they basically grind it into this awesome little powdery dirt substance. It's really good for water, it's really good for roots, and it's gonna make for a perfect medium to take that black and make it more of a brown looking thing. So we're just gonna put it right in the tank and start siliconing. You silicone, I packed it.
Should we try this test part off camera, or should we try it
Yeah,
on
let's do
camera?
it.
Off?
Keep it rolling.
I'll keep it rolling.
Yeah, if it fails, you know, I always put in the little corner about it failed, part
Yeah.
2.
Okay, let's just, I'm gonna put some right here,
Okay.
and then, I think, you'll probably wanna use one hand to kind of smear, and then use the other hand to try to like pack.
Okay.
And then I might even keep this under there, because as you pack, you know, only like the front layer is gonna like go up there. So a lot of it's gonna fall back down.
Okay. And then yeah, you just take the vacuum to the inside of this tank.
Yeah.
Get it all clean again, okay?
All right, you ready?
Do you want me to smear it
Yeah, yeah. After
before I
kinda-
put that up?
Yeah,
Okay.
so we'll gloop it on. And yeah, just go ahead and smear.
We're not going to take deep breaths when we're inside the tank this time.
Right.
We're going to learn from our previous mistakes.
There it is.
There it is. We're just, you know, whatever that guy's called there.
Yeah, and then I would just press straight in. Yeah, and then whatever stays, stays. Whatever falls, falls.
There's more staying than I thought.
Yeah, it holds up pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna change this glove off, and I'm gonna start going because this is working. that cool?
It's working a little too well.
Cool.
Yeah. That one really got me. Yeah, we both got a good one at the same time. So while having so much exposed silicone, you can tell the chemicals are messing with it. Make sure you do it in a well-ventilated area. We are in my living room with, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4 fans right now, and it's still intense, but whenever you're working with silicone, just make sure to use gloves and be safe with it, because it's quite spicy. Yeah, that hit us at the same time. Looks so good. Let's keep that in there.
Yeah, it looks really good.
I just still love how it comes down this side, and then that's like a little swoosh.
Yeah, it looks good, man. It's working.
I love it.
It's working.
Pokemon. Sorry, I'm getting uncomfortable on camera. God, that looks so good. To fix the coco coir to the plant wall, we ended up using non-toxic aquarium-safe silicone, spread it all over the spray foam, and then we dabbed it down into place when we took handfuls of coco coir and just slapped it up against the wall, gave it a good press, shook off the excess, and that's as easy as it was to add that coco coir to the wall. But man, oh man, next time we would definitely do this wearing masks. We're getting to the end of the coco coir, baby.
actually smells good.
And
Dude, nice.
just like that, we finished up all the coco coir. Luckily, my wife is in the other room enjoying some video games, so that gives me about an hour or two to start cleaning up so she does not see this disaster. But as you can tell, it has been a crazy productive day. Kyle, thank you so much, brother. We've just been knocking it out. I would say officially this is the stage where it really starts looking real and it just stops looking like a messy project. Obviously, it doesn't, but I can really visualize where the plants are going to go. I can really see where the equipment's going to go. I can really see now my wood pieces are just going to match perfectly, and I just can't wait for more. So we'll catch you in the next video. This has been an awesome day. Thank you for watching. Now I got to go clean up, everybody.